So we got back from our test drive. Everything drove good on the car, and now I'm going to go ahead and leave the car running, and I'm going to tell you what to look for. You want to have the lights and the fog lamps, whatever the car is supposed to be on the vehicle on. You want to have the AC running for a couple of different reasons. We want to see if the car overheats, and a lot of times if you got a blown head gasket or some kind of problem, by letting the car idle after a nice test drive, you'll be able to tell some of it. So the car's been idling. We took it for a nice test drive. Now we're going to go check the car. So this is the car that I'm inspecting. Now I'm going to go look at the tires a little carefully, a little bit more, and you can see that these tires, they may have about 10,000 miles left on them, but they're getting a little bald. So I'm going to take note of that. I'm going to come here and I'm going to notice that the headlights are a little faded. Taking note of that. The fog lamps are working, which is great. This person has a bra on the car. Depending on the situation, you may want to get that removed before you buy the vehicle and inspect it to make sure there's not excessive damage underneath the front bumper. I live out in the country, so I just need a bra to keep all the bugs off. This fog lamp is working, right? I'm checking out this tires. All the hubcaps are on the car. I don't notice any kind of body damage on the car, even though it's a little dirty, right? And I'm going to keep walking the car. The rear bumper on this car, you can see, is damaged. It's got stress marks over here where it's been hit. I got hit at a traffic light. I'm going to come back here, check the trunk, right, on the vehicle, and see if the spare tire and the jack are there. Jack is right there. My spare is underneath here. And with the spare tire on these newer cars, you want to actually make sure you touch it. So my spare tire is underneath here. I put it on the other day, and you want to make sure that you touch that. You want to go ahead and check, make sure that the registration on the car is good before you buy it. California, we have crazy amounts of penalty fees. This car has a rear camera. You want to go check that on there. And there's been some touch-up work here, right? So for like this rear bumper, if I went to look at a car and this rear bumper was damaged, I would tell them it's going to cost me about $275 to $300 to paint it, and the part can range anywhere from $150 to $800 if it's a BMW, right? So you just got to do a little research on the kind of car you're buying before you go there. And I'm going to come over here. You can see that this quarter back here is a little scuffed up, right? So I'm going to let the guy know that I'm going to need to repaint this area, or the dealer, and kind of ding him for that. So if this cost me $300, I'm going to ask for $300 off the price of the vehicle, right? And come here, check this tire. I'm going to check out the back seats, right? I have seat covers on, but my back seats were in good condition. All the seat belts worked, right? And now I'm going to come in here and check everything else as far as that I might have not paid attention to, including that backup camera. So the backup camera turns on, which is great. It's awesome. We made a note of that cracked windshield earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to hook up a OBD II port now, right? Hook that up for us. Check that on the car. The car is going to be have to get turned off, but before I turn it off, I want to go ahead and check the temperature again. Everything looks good. I'm going to smell to see, make sure there's not like a weird coolant odor. It sometimes smells like pee if you got a coolant leak somewhere. We could open up the hood compartment again, and the hood compartment is open now. The AC is running. I could test the motor. If I saw the motor kind of swinging like back and forth on a 6-cylinder or a V8, I would be a little bit cautious. I'm going to pay attention to any noises that I hear, right? This car, the AC is on, so there's a little bit of a load on here. I'm going to see if there's any misfires on the car that the computer isn't able to detect. And here's the secret. Open the door and just put your hand on the door and see if you can feel any crazy vibrations or any kind of mist. You'll see it, like it'll be like 1, 2, 3, and the fourth it just won't be smooth. Your hand might be going like this. So this particular car doesn't have any misfires, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to use the scanner now, and then how to check to make sure all the parts on the car are original. So the engine's turned off, you're in the car, you plugged in the OBD II port in the car right there, and OBD II port machine's plugged in. I'm going to go ahead and hit scan, and while that's scanning, it says reading, it says diagnostic codes found 0, right? So no codes found, right? Now I live in California, so not only does it not have to have any codes, it also has to be ready. So the smog monitors on the car have to all be ready. So I'm gonna come down here and go to IM, right, monitors, and it says the mill is off, so the malfunction light illuminator or the check engine light on the car is off. This is useful in case somebody went ahead and pulled the light. It says misfire is ready, fuel is ready, the CCM is ready, the catalytic converter is ready, HCM is NA, evap is ready, the 2 air system is ready, is NA. So everything on my car is ready. The oxygen sensor is right, the EGR is ready. So that's a good sign. But in case I went there and somebody went through and erased the codes, when I go to those monitors will say not ready. So I can go and check the VIN number of the vehicle if I wanted to, right? That's how you use a OBD II scanner to make sure that the car is ready for smog and to make sure there's no pending codes. Now let me show you show you how to check the panels on the car to make sure they're original. So first thing you want to do when you get in the car, you want to make sure that the VIN sticker is there on the vehicle. It should be in the driver's side door jamb. Certain cars underneath the hood, and sometimes it's on the driver's side. You want to make sure that each door has a VIN sticker from the manufacturer, and you'll find them here, you'll find them there, right? So those are all supposed to be on the car when the car is produced, and you normally cannot buy them. And the same thing with the hood. You want to make sure that it has the emissions label. If your car doesn't have an emissions label and you don't see this under padding here, it may mean that the car had been hit, and whoever wanted to put it back together just didn't want to spend the money of getting that label. And something to watch out for. And if you check all that, the car looks great, you're interested in buying it, you could do a little bit more and use a paint meter. I'll have a video on this, and this basically tells you if the car has any prior accidents. Tells you the paint thickness. So this is a 5. That's a 4.5. So these are all within spec. But if I was using a paint meter like this, these are a little expensive, and it went from a 4.5 or a 5 to a 15, then you know you got some kind of problem where that panel might have got hit or replaced. But you've done all this, so now you got to just figure out a way of getting the car or deciding if you want the car, and all the information that you've learned along the way, seeing if you can utilize that in your benefit, and hopefully you're making a good decision on the vehicle you're buying. I hope you liked the video. I'll have a link to everything that I've used in the video below. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and have a great day, and hit the subscribe button.